Hot Cares Christmas, spreading joy through Joburg on Hot 1027.
Good afternoon. This is the Big Joburg Drive and yet another Hot Cares Christmas. Now, this afternoon's one is for a lady who's got a medical condition. And when I say a lady, it's a young lady. And her mother is there beside her all the time and has been from day one.
Hello?
Hello, is that Corné?
Yes.
Corné, my name is Simon Parkinson from Hot 1027. I'm sitting with Dylan Rogers and Zintle Nako, who, of course, we make up the Big Joburg Drive. How are you?
Fine, and yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Have you got a moment to speak to us? I'd just like to say, Corné, that you've got a very good friend who's a kind soul within the medical team for Carla, and she's actually told us all about Carla and your story, which, of course, we've read, and we understand that it's a difficult situation at the moment. Do you want to tell me a little bit about Carla?
Well, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetic in 2008, so she was grade 2. And then from there on, so she's diabetic for almost 14 years now. And because of that, of the diabetes, she, first it was the glaucoma. She got blind in one eye as well. So, and then 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney disease. So, and then everything just went wrong from there on. And 2 weeks ago, she was diagnosed with End Renal Failure.
That's fairly tough, right, for a parent?
Yes, it's very tough, yes. So, she is on a medical aid, but because of her chronic condition, there's a waiting period of 12 months. So it's only going to kick in April next year. So now she needs dialysis from now on for the next 3 months, and it's very expensive. And we are staying in White River, but we are currently now in Johannesburg here in Sandton. So she's getting dialysis now today and again Friday. So we are going home on Friday. But no.
What happens if she isn't, or if you can't give her dialysis? And I mean, I believe you had to rush off to Sunning Hill recently. Tell me a little bit. What if she can't have the dialysis on a regular basis? What's the consequence?
Well, it's life-threatening. She can die without dialysis. So it's her life support at the system at the moment.
And as a mother, that must be hugely stressful for you.
Yeah, it is very stressful, and to get all financially, it is very stressful, and I love her very much, and I will do anything for my daughter. And she also needs a chance in life.
And of course, a mother would want to give any daughter a chance.
Yeah, and she's young. She's 22 years old.
I believe that your husband has had to sell his car to try and raise money and to pay for this latest round of dialysis. Is that correct?
No, I'm not married anymore, so I'm single parent.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. And the money, as far as raising that money, it's have you had friends helping you, or have you just literally been going from day to day trying to scrape by with what you've got?
No, family were currently helping us. So, it is money that I need to pay back at the end of the day. But with her, it's going to be everyday expenses. She's going to need dialysis twice a week for the next following 3 months.
And I believe, Corné, that there's obviously medical, the meds that she needs as well, the hemoglobin meds as well, on top of the dialysis. So you're looking at 2,000 Rand a session for the dialysis, 2-3 times a week. And then there's obviously the meds as well, which I believe are in the region of 4,500 Rand a month. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. There's also other medication that she needs. She needs because of red blood cell count is very low. So she needs injections every second week, and then I also need to drive up and forth to Johannesburg for consultations with a nephrologist here in Johannesburg. So and she's diabetic as well. So it's a lot of expenses at the moment.
How are you coping, Corné?
I'm fine currently now. I'm fine, but I wasn't fine. But it's actually a relief that she can get actually help, and that there is something that can be done for her. But money wise it is difficult, and it's very sad that money can be the reason for something like this.
I hear you, and you know what?
I love so much.
I tell you what, I mean, the last thing we want over the Christmas period and as we go into the new year and what we call is the festive season, the last thing we want is you mourning the possible loss of your daughter, because that wouldn't be good. We can't have that happen. So we at Hot 1027, we've got a department, and we work with them closely within the radio station called Hot Cares, because we as a radio station, we care. And when we heard about your story, we thought, how can we help? So we think we would like to help you. Would that be okay?
I would really, really deeply appreciate any help at this stage.
Well, I believe she needs to have dialysis 3 times a week for 16 weeks. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, that's correct.
And when I look at the numbers from what's been sent to me by a friend of yours who's in the medical team who's looking after Carla, that actually is going to come in at around about 100,000 Rand.
Yeah, that's more or less the amount.
Okay, I'm going to put your mind as a mother at rest today, right now, and this very minute. We at Hot 1027 and Hot Cares, we are going to cover that cost for you 3 times a week, all the way through until her medical aid kicks in April. And therefore, you don't need to stress, you don't need to worry, you just need to hold your daughter's hand, tell her how much you love her.
Thank you very much. Oh, Mowat, I really appreciate this. All I can say is thank you very much. This is huge. Thank you so much.
She's 22 years old, and you said she needs a second chance in life.
Yes.
We agree. And I think, any mum that's been driving up from White River 2 or 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a month, just so she can make sure her daughter's good. And of course, you've looked after her for 14 years with her diabetes. You need a break. You need someone who's there behind you. And we are going to be those people who are behind you for the next 3 months.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is a huge relief. And may God bless you and everybody there. And all I can say is thank you.
You don't have to say anything else. All you have to do is go and have a chat with your daughter and tell her that the concerns that she's had and the worries that you've had are now gone. You can also tell the family there's no begging required anymore by the Duplessis, because they will be fine through until that medical aid kicks in.
Thank you so much.